Hello and welcome to Wendy's Way. So glad you're able to join us today and spend a little time on our journey in fiber. I'm a fiber lover. I'm a crocheter. I'm a reseller of ice yarns made in Turkey. And I'm going to talk about a couple of different things today. I'm going to talk about one specific ice yarn that I've had here at the house for a while and I just dug out tonight and I'm making a swatch of to see how it's going to work and be able to tell you what it feels like and how I think it might best be used if you decide to order some. I'm also going to try and make a brief tutorial on the Tunisian simple stitch. It's something I've used at great length. I've made dish rags and dish rags and dish rags, and I even made a baby blanket in the Tunisian stitch. So right off the bat, let's talk about ice yarns. They are probably one of the largest manufacturers of yarns in Turkey. They're located, they ship all over the world. As a reseller, everything is directly shipped from the factory to you from wendysway.yarnshopping.com. That's my website. And there are such a myriad of different yarns that you can find on there for any particular project. I want to show you real quick. I have an order and some that I've already had on hand. And over the next few months, we're going to be going through this. This right now is my stash of ice yarns. The majority of them are either variegated or self-striping. There are a bunch of different, fibers, bunch of different textures, bunch of different colors. And I'm excited to share that with you. The yarn specifically that I want to talk about today looks like this. It is utterly bizarre. I ordered it because I do make so many dishcloths. And this is a scrubby yarn. This is what it looks like out of the package. I'll show you the package here. It is Scrubber Twist. It's meant to be used with a 5mm knitting needle. It's 100 grams, 90 meters. It's very heavy. It's 100% polyester. Here, if we can focus in on it, there you go. That's the information off the label. I think at 100 grams, only 90 meters because, you know, that little stinker weighs something. The polyester is heavy and it's meant to be a scrubber. So it's going to work for dishes and cleaning and household, things like that. Now I started working a swatch and this is what I've come up with so far. You know, it is kind of a self-striping as well. So it's going through the tan, the brown, and I've just gotten into the blue. Now, I tried this on the size hook that it requests or that it says it's made for. And I tried several different sizes and stitch combinations. Basically, because it is so fuzzy, it's very, very hard to see where the stitches are and where to put your hook. And this, you know, is probably a little thin to be effective unless you're going to double it or you're going to layer it on one side of a cotton dishcloth. I do like the feel of it. It's a scrubber, but it's not harsh. It's polyester, it's not gonna scratch the surface. And I would probably double it and stitch it together and use it as a dishcloth all by itself. This swatch I did with a 10mm hook the big mamma jamma. I whipped it out so that I could see the holes where the stitches go. It's a 10 millimeter. And, I'll continue on. I'll probably finish this and I'll either stitch it to the back of cotton or not. So if I were you, I think this particular yarn, it comes, by the way, like everything else that Ice Yarn sells, 99% of what they sell come in packages. You don't buy individual skeins. On the website, it'll show you a price per unit, and there are most of the time 4 units in a package, most of the time 400 grams in a package. So these are 100 gram skeins, and 4 of them came in one package. That works really well. It's easier than when I go to a store. I do like to buy yarn at the store as well. And though if I'm doing it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or Joann's or wherever I may shop for yarn, you have to match up lot numbers to make sure that the yarns, if you're using multiple skeins in one project, they're going to match. When you order from Ice Yarns, you don't have to worry about that. They don't separate lots into packaging. So if you order, 1 or 2 packages of yarn, you can rest assured that it's all going to come in the same lot number and the same color. Okay, we've done that. That's our scrubby. Now I'm going to try, this ought to be fun, to show you the Tunisian simple stitch. And I know there are other websites that will give a better and more basic description. I'll try and look up the ones that I have used to learn this, but I just wanted to show you a finished product real quick so you know what it looks like. It's called Tunisian crochet. It's also known, this is the Tunisian simple stitch. It's also known as the Afghan stitch. It looks on this side, the front side, like knitting, because you load all the stitches on your hook at one time and then pull them off like you do on knitting needles. You keep them loaded on your needles at all times. This is the front, but then since you're going back and forth, you're never turning your work, the back is very different. So the texture on the back of the Tunisian simple stitch, the Afghan stitch, looks like this. And when making a dishcloth, that works to my benefit because I have 2 different textures to wash surfaces. And I like it. The back is a little more nubbly and the front is a lot softer and smoother. So I gauge myself that way. If you see my face turning red, it's because I don't wear my hair down often. And I started recording before I realized that my hair was down, and I'm probably gonna sweat during this video. But that's okay. You're gonna be watching my hands anyhow, not my face during the rest of it. So I'm gonna try and show you the Tunisian simple stitch. I'm going to do it on this great big 10 millimeter hook so that you hopefully can see what I'm doing. Okay, like I've said in previous videos, I'm going to go into the back of the chain rather than the front. And it may be hard to see, but Tunisian simple stitch, it doesn't matter whether you do an odd number, even number, or multiples of anything. You crochet as long as you want it wide. It's going to snug up a little bit. If you want a 10-inch item, then you should probably chain at least 11 or 12 inches. So I'm going to go into the back. I have chained, 12 here maybe. I'm going to go through the back loop, yarn over, pull through, and that's it. Leave it on the hook. Next loop, on the hook, yarn over, pull through, leave it on the hook. Through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, leave it on the hook all the way across. Under that back loop, yarn over, get up here by the camera maybe, pull through, okay, into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. They make different kinds, now that one must be snug on me, of Tunisian hooks. And if you're making something small, you can use a regular crochet hook like this. If you're making something big, you need a long Tunisian hook that has a stopper at the end of it because you're going to load all these stitches onto it. Or they make Tunisian hooks with tails. This one has like a 2-foot tail on it. And then you use something like this to make, say, a baby blanket, because you're going to load all these stitches onto the hook and then pull them out. Alrighty, I better get to the end of my swatch here so I can show you how to go back the other way. Up under the camera. I hope it's focusing well. Okay. I babble. Under, yarn over, put it on the hook. See, all these are just piling up here. Under, yarn over, load it. I'm going to turn my hand over, make it a little easier. Under. I look utterly uncoordinated, but really I do know what I'm doing. Pull through, and the last one. Under, over, pull through. Okay, now we have loaded all the stitches onto the hook. And no matter what Tunisian stitch you're doing, this return row is the same, as far as I know. Somebody can tell me I'm wrong, and they'd probably be right. But everything I've done, the return row is always the same. Yarn over once, pull under one chain, and go back. And that counts as a chain one. And now for the rest of the way, all the way back, yarn over, pull through, pull through two, yarn over, 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 pull through two. My hands look totally out of, but holding it up here into the camera. Pull through two and to the end. Pull through two. Okay, now looks odd, but let me move this out of the way. Looks odd, but it'll come together and it'll look more logical once you get going and when you do it with a smaller hook. But this way you can see the stitches. Okay, let me get my fingers going here. All right, now when we start on this row, there's your end, and then there's a second stitch. You always start under the second stitch. Okay, simple stitch. It's kind of like going through your loops. You go under, yarn over, pull through. Okay. How do I get my hand out of the way? Under the next one, yarn over, pull through. Under the next one, yarn over, pull through. And you're loading your stitches back on the hook. Under the next one, yarn over, pull through. Under the next one, yarn over, pull through, under, over, through. Under the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. We're loading them all on again. Hope you can see this. Really have to figure this out. Under, yarn over, pull through. Under, yarn over, pull through. Under, yarn over, pull through. And in the last one, we're going to go in the hole, because this is really our last post, up and down. All these have been up and down posts. It's hard to see, I realize, and I'm sorry. On the end, there are no more posts, but there's this open where we did a chain one. And you're going to put the hook through so that you're under 2, yarn over, pull through. There we are. We've got the second row loaded. Now, just like every other time, yarn over and chain 1. You can pile these up to make it closer, make it easier to feed. Now, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way back. Where am I? There I am. Ooh, I lost it. Pull through 2. Oof. That looked crazy, didn't it? I'm losing myself here under the camera. Yarn over, pull through 2. 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 Yarn over, 2, over, 2, over, 2, over, 2. It doesn't look like much with this great big hook and these great big holes. But when you do this with a smaller hook, this is how it turns out. And it's simply beautiful. Okay. Here we are again. It's almost another double chin video. Okay. That is our journey in fiber for tonight. If you have gotten any interest or entertainment or intrigue, information, comedy out of this video, I sincerely hope that if you haven't already, you might subscribe. You may share it with your friends on social media. You might hit that notifications button. And please, by all means, go to the new Facebook page. It's simply called Wendy's Way on Facebook. And on the Wendy's Way Facebook page, I'm able to share photographs of finished products and add more comments to links to the videos from YouTube and things like that. I can share information there that I'm not able to right now share on the YouTube channel. So if you would check that out, I'll put a link on here. Also, just go to Facebook and look for Wendy's Way, and you'll see my ugly mug and one of my little fur babies. So I pray that y'all have a beautiful day, and we do appreciate your time. May God bless you now and always. Amen.